This morning, Donald Trump was triumphant in that sort of Twitter way that he is, that doesn't mean anything, and we get to watch from the outside knowing the result of the election and laugh at, saying, in Detroit, there are far more voters than people. Nothing can be done to cure that giant scam. I win Michigan. So wait, but we know that Michigan went for Joe Biden. So why all of a sudden this morning is he so hyped about Michigan? And not just in that tweet. I'm not gonna burden you with reading the rest, but take a look at this little quick screenshot if you can make it out. This is just a portion of the tweets he sent out this morning about Michigan and other states. Virtually every single one has this claim about election fraud is disputed tag. How he still has a Twitter account when all he is doing is spreading misinformation, I will never understand. But that's the way it is. I do have a theory though about why he is on such a Twitter spree, and it's that last night didn't go the way he wanted it to. And if you were doing what I was doing and probably what JR was doing, which was, we get off work, but we're still following politics in real time, it was a trip. But let me catch you up on what happened and why we got to this crazy place this morning. Early in the night, just last night, news broke that the Wayne County Board of Canvassers voted 2-2 in Michigan along party lines on certification of the election results. The 2 Republicans on the board voted against it. So it's deadlocked on party lines, meaning that the votes are not going to be certified. And that is obviously an area that Trump, because it includes Detroit, Trump has no interest whatsoever in any of those votes being counted. And virtually every Republican, whether a regular Trump fan or a member of the media, has decided, oh no, we just get to say that the predominantly black city just doesn't get its votes to count, and that's cool. We don't live in a racist country or anything. So that happened, and Trump was very excited about this, saying, wow, Michigan just refused to certify the election results. I don't know, all of a sudden that was a Californian's voice. Having courage is a beautiful thing. The USA stands proud. And the reason that the stream is titled Trump spikes the football on the 2-yard line, we will get to in just a second, but at least I wanna give JR a chance to jump in. Man, he was really happy when he thought Detroit wouldn't get counted.
Yeah, he's like, dream come true. This is what I've been working towards. Finally, I get some people, maybe some people that have position of power to do my bidding. Before I was just yelling to the ether about how unfair this is, and then pushing Rudy Giuliani, and then pushing, who was it, Pam Bondi, and the rest of my loser attorneys to go and try and battle these fights for me. I need some action. I need someone that's in a position of power to actually do something. This was like the beginning of his dream. And as we know, all dreams end. But so I just want to point out one other thing. Yeah, one other thing about this his list of tweets that you were talking about a minute ago. So the first one, Detroit, former voice of people, nothing can be done. So there's multiple constant tweets with all of these disclaimers on them. They wouldn't let Republicans in, poll watchers into the counting rooms, unconstitutional. So constant complaining. So again, I think because in the modern era, we're a little bit, we forget that this is a president of the United States. Yeah. There's things that we used to always say, presidents are inspirational. We're gonna quote our presidents in the future. We do that. What are the quotes from this guy gonna be? So again, he's yelling into Twitter. So you got previous presidents that say all these things. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. I mean, even Obama had some good tweets. It's not a red state or a blue state, it's the United States. All those things that people are gonna always remember that people said.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Donald Trump, 2020. They stole it from me. I win Michigan.
I win Michigan.
This is the legacy that we're now seeing for our presidents, hopefully not continuing on into the future, but definitely from the past. I'm sure many of these presidents were disastrous in their own ways, but they had quotes that you're gonna remember. What quotes are we gonna remember from this guy?
Yeah, well, one quote, we don't have it like for sure, but I have a feeling it was said was dope. And the reason for that is that Trump was prematurely declaring victory, and not just Trump, all the right wingers. Twitter was just aflame with, yes, all of these black voters aren't gonna count. It's amazing, our dreams are coming true. And then around the time of the president's tweet, they followed up with a unanimous vote to certify the vote, but calling on the Secretary of State to conduct an audit addressing some clerical errors. So they will, I guess, get to hide behind, well, they're still gonna be auditing it. Okay, fine, but the votes are gonna count. You know why? Because this is America, we're technically a democracy, votes are supposed to count. And so that was I think less than 20 minutes after his tweet, they came back and said, oh, we're gonna do the crazy radical thing where like all these votes actually do count and they affect the outcome of the election.
He responds so quickly. 20 minutes later, they switched it back. Like again, this president who they said is hunkered down in his bunker at the White House because he's afraid of coming and showing his face in the embarrassment. This guy is so on top of everything that's happening in these litigious moments. He's tweeting immediately about it that only 20 minutes later they reversed their decision. He was already on record loving it. Do something else with your life. Hey, maybe finish this term in your lame duck presidency.
Exactly. And I want to read just one tweet from Representative Rashida Tlaib, who said, it's plain and simple, folks. The Republican members of the Wayne County Board of Canvassers put politics above their duty to our residents. Suggesting that all of Wayne County can be certified except for Detroit is horrifyingly racist and a subversion of our democracy. Representative Tlaib is 100% right. And it's like that, the story I did yesterday with Jason Carter about I think it was in Michigan actually, a deputy who had this racist meme about Kamala Harris. It's just, no, you openly racist. Like Detroit, oh, are those voters black? Oh, well then no, they don't count. And they just all agree. Like just go around the country finding cities where people tend not to be pale and they don't count. Atlanta, oh, real suspect, they don't count either. Odd that it always comes down to that. And they never have to acknowledge that this is racist. It doesn't change the result. We know what it is. But it is annoying that they'll do the racism, but they won't claim the title that they work so hard to earn.
Yeah, let's keep it real. Now, this has always been the case. Like they'll delegitimize black and brown areas in the country. It's happened throughout history in this country. So the difference is what they didn't foresee was enough people recognizing the racism that has been brewing, that has been fomented in the country since the beginning. They didn't expect that this year. That's why the protests in the streets, the fact that every other race joined in with this chorus of people saying what's been wrong in our country, they didn't expect that and they weren't ready to fight back against it. So they're still left on the same playbook of let's just blame those black and brown folks and then people will go along with it because that's the way it's always been. It's hard to do that now when enough of those people that you need to convince this of are now on the right side,
Yeah.
And now their knives aren't sharp enough to deal with these realities.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.